each of us is different. We all want confidence, but we all have different lives to live. I would like you to think for a moment now about what you want confidence for. Take a moment or two to think about that. Where will you use it? What changes will it make for you as you are more confident? Nowadays, the atmosphere of ideas in which we live is very busy. Messages bombard us from all sides, and not all of them are very healthy. On television and radio, we're asked to buy far more than we can afford, and the news is always full of doom and disaster. To protect ourselves, we learn to ignore a great deal of it, so that we're not overwhelmed. But unfortunately, we can also inadvertently ignore the beauty and blessings of life as well. So we must learn to be selective and to reinforce the positive, beautiful messages in our lives, so that we nourish the positive and beautiful in ourselves. As we pay attention to the goodness in the outside world, we strengthen it within ourselves. It's also useful to phrase things positively, to use optimistic language whenever possible. I don't mean that we should ignore difficulties or problems, but that we should always look towards the solution, not the negativity. If we use positive words to ourselves and others, we are more likely to receive positive words and messages from them. Try to avoid putting people down or putting yourself down. If you want, you can make a game of cleaning up your language. Do it by yourself or with a friend. Watch out for negative phrases like "I can't," or "I shouldn't," or "I'll never," or "I'm just not very good," or starting sentences with "but" or "no." Whenever you hear yourself or a friend use a phrase like that, stop and rephrase it in positive terms. For example, instead of "I can't do such and such," use "I can learn how to do such and such," or "I haven't learned to do such and such yet." There's no fixed meaning in life except the meaning that we bring to it. So let's make your life brighter by looking at things that you've got going for you. Positive thinking becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Every time we pay attention to something, we energize its presence within us. If we pay attention to negative thoughts, we just make them stronger. So they crop up more and more often. But when we pay attention to positive thoughts, we strengthen them so that they return to our consciousness more and more often.